Speaking of first world problems, I don't like this. This is our dream home that we built 4 years ago. We designed everything inside of it, and we just sold the house. We're moving out in 2 weeks. In this video, to help me feel better about leaving our dream home, I'm gonna show you the top 10 things that I don't like about this house, or basically the top 10 things that I am not going to miss. Let's go check it out. The first thing that we don't love about this house, we do not like at all, is this. This is what you hear all day long. Like starting at like 6:30 in the morning, it's super loud. And it's gonna go on for the next year at this house. And then our view that we've had for 4 years of the beautiful mountains will be gone. And at nighttime, I would imagine their lights are gonna be on and we're gonna look out our window and we're gonna be like, oh look, I can see people in their living room. It's fine, this house is really, really nice, but we haven't had that for 4 years and now it kind of stinks. I'm up here on the slide right now and this is how close the house will be. Like, it's good, it's within all the rules, so it's within their rights as a house. This house next to us is like 3 or 4 feet off of our wall, so that's like crazy, crazy close. This one's only like 12 feet off the wall, I think, but they just put the trusses up this week. The house is gonna be built, they're gonna have a pool. They're also gonna build like an exterior big old pool house that's like right here out of the master window. When you've got a house that's over $3.5 million of value, but you don't have a view, and you just look at your neighbor, it's kind of a shame in our world. Wouldn't it be nice to have a view? The number 2 thing that we don't like about this house and that I'm not gonna miss, it's the wrong nozzle. See this? This is a bush. This bush has no drip line running to it. This bush has a PVC pipe right here that every single day in the summer, I have to come out here and fill up this tube inside of here with water so that it can release throughout the day and provide this beautiful succulent bush with a lot of water so it can stay beautiful and green. Here's number 2. This is bush number 3 that has to manually be watered. Bush number 4. Number 5. I think we underestimated how much work it takes to actually keep them alive. I don't like this. My toilet is so smart. My garage door is smart when I pull up. The speakers are amazing. The TVs are incredible. The Wi-Fi is fast as it can be. Yet I'm out here every day manually watering bushes. Doesn't really connect with the rest of the smart features of this home, and I am not going to miss watering these bushes. The number 3 thing I'm not going to miss about this house and that I don't like about this house is every year around December, swarms of birds come in from I don't know what part of the world, but they all think it's a great idea every single year like clockwork to fly into here, eat the little berry things, and then come over to our nice white house and then poop all over it. Everywhere poop. Just poop. All over the house. So then we pay people like over $1,000 to come pressure wash our house and clean it. I like birds. They're good. Nature is cool. Poop on the house is not so cool. And poop on my solar panels. Like, my house is one thing, but if you mess with my solar panels, I get really upset. So those birds, they get on my nerves every single year. And guess what? I don't have to deal with it anymore. The new people that buy the house, they get to clean the poop off the house because that's what happens in this neighborhood. Every single house deals with it. And maybe at our next house, we'll have more birds that poop over everything. But in the meantime, it's not my problem. I'm not gonna miss you, birds. I love you, not gonna miss you. The number 4 thing that I don't like about this house, it's crazy because it's beautiful, it's grass. That sounds really weird. Am I a grass hater? Absolutely not. But we live in the desert in southern Utah. There's not much water that exists here. We gotta conserve as much as we can. We have grass in the backyard, which is good for the dog to poop and pee on, but it always remains wet because we have to water it more than what you probably would have to usually water grass. At one point, we had some sort of like, I don't even know, they call them weevils, some sort of weird animal or bacteria that was in it, and it killed off the grass, and then we had to grow it back. The front yard, sometimes it'll be patchy with yellow and then it's green, depending on the time of year. Plus we have to pay landscapers to come in and mow it and take care of it and fertilize it the proper way. There are plenty of options of artificial turf that are incredible looking, they're soft, they're durable, they work for animals, and a lot of the homes down here are doing that. And so if we build another house, I don't think we're gonna do grass. Maybe if I lived somewhere wet or lived in Alaska, I'd do grass, but here in the desert, I'm gonna do grass turf. We're just gonna put turf out in the next house so we don't have to pay for the maintenance, so that we don't have to worry about wasting water and all of that. So that's one thing I'm not gonna miss is this grass. It's beautiful. I love you, grass, but you're expensive and you're kind of messy. and you're not that great for the environment down here. So I did not plan on the first 4 being outside of the house, but that's the way it worked. We do love our house, it's beautiful. And don't get me wrong, while we're making this video about things that we hate about our house or don't like about the house or won't miss, whatever we're gonna title this video, this house is a gem. It's amazing. There's way more things that are good about this house than there are that we're like, don't like, and it's like first world problems. So speaking of first world problems and things that we don't like about the house, let's go to the number 5 thing that we strongly dislike about this house and turns out wasn't a good idea in some ways for us. So this is our daughter's room. It's gorgeous. This is Claire's room. I love it. This is her bathroom. This is the toilet room. And then this room right here is London's bathroom. And then this is London's bedroom that is also designed really well. What possibly could we not like inside of this room? Well, again, first world problems. The 5th thing that we don't like about this house is we designed this house ourselves. We could have done it any way that we wanted to. And we chose to make this a Jack and Jill. So there's the toilet right there, there's the shower that the girls share, and then they have their own little vanity area. And it's such a nice house and there's so many cool features that it would have been nice for the girls to have their own bathroom. I thought it was fun. The girls would hang out and it becomes like a thing for sisters. Hey, I need to take a shower. Or the thing is like, one of them will lock the door to their room when they're taking a shower, and then they take a shower, they forget to unlock it, and then later that night, the person comes pounding on the door or comes through this way and it's like, hey, why'd you lock my door? They didn't mean to do it, but it gets annoying after a while, and they both inadvertently do it to each other. Maybe sometimes it's on purpose, but I don't think so. I think they're both really nice and they wouldn't do that. So that's number 5. I don't really like that, and when we build again someday, we are not going to have Jack and Jill bathrooms. They're just not my favorite. Spoiler alert, the house that we are going to be moving into, that we're going to be renting for a time being, does have its own bathrooms for every single room in the house. And it's a rental home that's not nearly as nice as what this house is. That's just an option that people want these days and that people can do without that much extra money in the house, and it adds value to the house. The number 6 thing that we don't love about this house, that you wanna call it we hate, we don't like, whatever, is we've made a video on this already. It's our 4 secret rooms that you didn't know existed. And so now I feel freeing that I can actually tell you this thing that we don't like about the house. Right here, this is a ladder. It doesn't really look like a ladder. It goes up to Lincoln's secret room. Now, if you look at the space in between these, it's pretty tight. And so when you put a shoe in there, my shoes are pretty thin, there's not much room, and the gap in between, there must be some sort of science between what distance needs to be between each step of a ladder rung, because this one is off. You constantly kick this as you're going up because you're like, it's gotta be right here, and you kick it. Plus, these edges are incredibly hard and pointy. Because the corners and the edges are this way, if you have bare feet or you're wearing socks, it is so painful to walk up this ladder. It's probably more painful, it might be dramatic, it might be more painful to walk up this ladder with bare feet than it is to walk across hot coals, hot burning coals. I'm just saying, it's not very comfortable. I don't like it. We should have figured out a different way to do the ladder. This is kind of like an afterthought, and that's why only 2 of the rooms have them, because we didn't like it for the other one. So, I mean, it was cool. The person that made this is a cabinet maker that did all our cabinet stuff. I don't want to be rude to you. You did a great job with what the tools that you had. You've probably never built ladders before, but wow. There's a lot of learning opportunity that we have from this, that for next time we build ladders in secret rooms, we're gonna do it different. Don't like that. Number 7 on the list of things that we are not gonna miss about this house is our furniture. That's right, the couch, table, piano. I'm not gonna miss these blue chairs, this footrest right here, this little side table. Look at all these books. This is beautiful artwork right here, but I'm not gonna miss it, and I'm not gonna miss this big old table with this glass lampshade. I am not gonna miss any of this furniture because we're taking it with us. This is beautiful. I'm not gonna miss any of it because it's gonna be in our next house. We did offer it up as something that the person that was buying the house could purchase this furniture at a discount. And secretly I was kind of like, I really don't want them to buy it because I actually love this furniture. And they didn't want one thing. I wanna take everything with us, put it in our next house, and then if we build another house, we're gonna use it all and it's gonna look phenomenal. So I kind of tricked you a little bit on that one. I am not going to miss this stuff, but I actually really love it and we're taking it with us. Okay, I'm sorry for teasing you on that one. Let's get to number 8. This is a beautiful room up here. I love it. You can see the angle from the trusses right here. Very, very cool looking and nice. We got the speakers up in that. I really do like that. And then we've already filmed this in another video. This is our secret room for the hardware and everything for the security. And we have a little paint room here. But if you go through this door and turn this on, boom, we are in the attic right here. Now I have documented this a little bit in the videos before. I made a mistake when we built this house. Our builder, Jonathan, was super smart and he tried to convince me to do this spray foam insulation. This spray, it's almost like, I don't know, it's like you spray it on, it's this chemical and it expands and fills in all of the gaps so that none of the hot air or the cold air comes in. Then it keeps your house more regulated as far as the temperature goes. And then in turn, your energy bill is not as much, but also it provides peace and quiet between the noises on the inside of your house and the noises on the outside of your house. I've noticed it even more now that they're building behind us and they're using the nail guns and all the stuff that they do over there. You still would hear it, but if we would have done this spray foam insulation, we wouldn't hear it as much. We also wouldn't have to use the heater and the air conditioning as much. So I am not gonna miss that decision. I mean, take a look at this. What we ended up doing, we still have insulation in here. It's just this pink stuff that's sprayed on the roof, or on the top of the ceiling, I should say. And then this right here, look, see this nail? There's a nail coming through. This is a board with a little piece of plastic. This is plywood. All these nails right there. I mean, even look at that. Look at that hole right there. It's kind of like a hole. On the other side of that is a thin piece of fabric, and this nail is to hold on the shingles. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at that. The nails have come right through, which is fine. This is all within code, but it would have been really, really nice if we had the spray foam insulation and it wouldn't be hot here in the attic. And we also wouldn't have this pink stuff. And there's shoes in here and luggage. I didn't know that. Note to self, when we move, clean out all of the bags and all the shoes that are in that little space. Number 9, check this out. See all these people right here? All these kids? Look at them. They're nice and all. They just stopped in front of our house and one of them came up and knocked on the door, and I didn't answer the door because it's one of the things about this house. This should probably be the number 1 thing on the list. As much as I love you guys, I love our viewers, we put this house on the map literally and had people come to the home, 30,000 people. Our address is online, but I guess I didn't put it together that people wouldn't like give you that privacy and that security and safety in your own home. But they like literally come to the house and knock on the door all the time. And to be fair, they're always the nicest people that come over. Like they genuinely are like the nicest people. They're so kind. There's people from all over the world that just show up at our door and it's a little scary. And then I feel rude because I just don't even answer the door anymore. Like I just don't answer it. It just isn't okay to like go to somebody's house just because you've seen them on the internet and like knock on their door and say, hi, there's a time and place for it. Like we go to plenty of public things. And if we see people out and about, we're happy to see them at a restaurant or whatever and take a picture, sign an autograph, or just say hi and say thank you for watching our videos because we truly appreciate it. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have this job. But it does worry me when I go out of town and I'm posting on Instagram that I'm in Japan or I'm in Italy, and I worry that the kids are back here at home and people can watch my social media and be like, hey, nobody's at their house. Let's go rob their house and steal their stuff or do something awful to the family or something dangerous. I think about that every single week, multiple times, and every single time that I travel. And yes, we've done it to ourselves. We showed our house. We're showing you our house right now. We've flown drone shots. Our address is public on here. We learned from it. I am 100% not going to miss that everybody knows exactly where we live. Hopefully the next home that we build has a bit more privacy in the location, like maybe a security gate or something. And we had this problem at our last house up in northern Utah, and now we've got it in our southern Utah house. And to be fair, we've done it to ourselves, like I've said, but man, there you go, number 9. And the number 10 thing on the list that we don't like about this house has to do with this, with money. This is kind of a funny one. I think some of the big YouTubers have given us YouTubers a bad name, and they think that we are like crazy, crazy mega rich, like Mr. Beast, like, hey, let's give away $20 million to people. We have a great lifestyle. We have very nice things, and I'm incredibly grateful for it, but I'm not gonna miss having a mortgage. Yes, we had a mortgage on this house, and sometimes it's a little stressful to be paying the mortgage. Where we're going now, we don't have any mortgage because we're renting for a while. If we build again, surprise, surprise, we are going to do our best to have zero mortgage, to buy the house completely, have zero mortgage, zero stress about these things right here. And so in turn, our next house is probably not gonna be as nice as this one, but it's still gonna be nice. Oh, this video was a hard one to make because we absolutely love this house, don't get me wrong. The people that are buying it are incredibly fortunate. And if they would have backed out on the house sale once we were under contract, we would have not put it back on the market and we would have continued living here for many, many years to come. It was a little bit of a challenge. It was a test to see, like, could we sell the house? Like, it sounds nice to get the money from it, from some of the profit that we've made off of it. But now that it's actually real, there is a bit of regret. We are going to miss this house immensely. And we're going to do our best to move forward and go to the next place and do the right thing for our family. Our family is changing and growing. The kids are growing up and leaving. Whew, but still, I could have dealt with the birds. I could have dealt with the insulation. I could have dealt with the mortgage payments. We're going to miss this house, but we are grateful for the time that we had in it. So let me know what you guys think about our list here and about this video in the comments below. I love reading your comments, and we'll see you in the next video. The water can't even keep up with me. I'm so fast. We don't really hang out in the bathroom.